Hey guys, I'm Dash Berlin, and you're watching thatDROP.com.
Coming off one of the biggest years of your career, you've got the main stage at EDC Vegas to close out. You're on the cover of DJ Mag. You got the release of your album. How do you top that?
You know what? It goes for every human being in their career, in their life, that when you reach a certain level, you still want to go to new heights. And the same is for Dash Berlin. So in what kind of ways we want to top that, I couldn't tell you at this point, but we want to go to a next level, obviously. If you would say, how do you do that in terms of parties? I have still a lot of stuff on my bucket list. I haven't been playing every huge party there is on the globe. I would love to. I don't know if there's the time. I don't know if it's the place. I would love to. I'm willing to. So in that terms of touring, in terms of huge parties like the big festivals, there's a lot of stuff to go for the future of Dash Berlin, which is definitely on the bucket list. When it comes to productions, when I look back at 2014, it was definitely the biggest year for me touring. I did the most shows in the career of Dash Berlin ever. So, am I going to top that, or are we going to come back with more music? I would say I would like 2015 to be a little bit more productive. So obviously we're going to work on We Are Part 2, a new album for this year. It's going to feature some really interesting collaborations, and I'm really stoked for that because it's going to be huge. And maybe some more remixes and additional production for 2015 could be like a new goal, a new high, a new level for Dash Berlin in 2015.
You mentioned the bucket list. What are some of the things on your personal bucket list?
Personal bucket list. I haven't been to Lollapalooza, I haven't been to Coachella, haven't played Electric Forest, haven't played Mystery World, haven't played Mystery Land, haven't played Tomorrow World. So that's a pretty big bucket list, I would say, when it comes to me DJing. There's a lot of stuff still to go to. I would love.
It's actually surprising to hear some of those names haven't had an appearance yet, and I'm sure it's definitely on the plate. You know, your music video recently, Never Let You Go, with John Dahlbach, and Bully songs. You know, it really illustrates an understanding for the community and the culture, and just the ability to connect with people and find love through that. What are some of the greatest instances of love that you've seen, especially with such an avid support and the Dashers?
You know, to me, it's really in random things. So you have to think I'm walking over like Washington here, and I just bump into some Dashers, and we just have a random conversation, just like, how you doing? Where are you from? What you been up to? You know, are you studying? What are your goals in life? Those are the moments to me that counts. Those are like, you know, one-on-one people connections, and I really go for it. I really take, you know, time for my fans. I really take time for the Dashers, and I really appreciate them. And it sounds maybe a little bit corny, but it's really simple. There's no Dashers, no Dash Berlin. Plain and simple.
Where does that humility come from? It's easy to get lost.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's easy to get lost. It's really important to know where you're from. It's really important to trust your friends, your secure environment, your family. Having a good, stable environment in terms of family, in terms of friends, to, you know, be who you are. And Dash Berlin is who you see, and Dash Berlin is what you get. That's it.
It's been very apparent about the fact that you can't obtain this level of success alone. Who have been some people that have been instrumental in helping you achieve this level of success?
A lot of people know that when it comes to the music production, I work with two of my best friends, Luke and Sebastian, so I would name them first and foremost. Besides that, my mom supporting me along the way, my manager, which is also one of my best friends, and actually, what a lot of people don't know is that Dash Berlin is a small group of friends, which from that group of friends, everybody does something that he's really or good in or really likes, or maybe both. And that's what Dash Berlin is. It's some kind of a cohesive structure of friends, and that's all Dash Berlin, and that's where we also keep each other grounded as friends, as humans, and also as Dash Berlin.
You touched on that humility again. Your music overall is so inspiring, positive, and uplifting, and that's what really seems to resonate with the audience. What goes into keeping such a positive mindset as an artist when things are so fast-paced and it's easy to get lost?
Well, when I tell you that the main inspiration is always the focus of the dance floor, and the dance floor is always a positive environment, the way I see it. There's always people meeting each other, creating new friendships, new relationships, maybe new boy or girlfriend, couples holding each other, sharing some tears here and there. And that, what's coming back, that's what I'm trying to translate into music with the guys. And that is a constant factor for Dash Berlin, and that emotion is sincere. That emotion is pure, and it's coming straight from the dance floor. So in a weird sense of saying, people are also listening to themselves when it comes to emotion. And me, as a human being, I can also relate to that emotion. So what you get with a show is where you get a back and forth, because obviously I know what kind of track I'm going to play, and I get emotion back, and that goes back and forth because I can feel what people are feeling. And that is just a very strong connection, what I can translate into music, which also keeps the creative flow going when it comes to in terms of tracks, melodies, you name it.
What would you consider on that sentiment, having played these venues and connected with the fans and been able to resonate with the audience? What would you consider one of your greatest achievements, whether in music or whether in life?
A combination of both. Way back, I did a special benefit concert in Mexico City where over 17,000 people supported their own community. Their support community in Mexico, which is called the Mixteca community. And we tried to help them with a special benefit concert. And everybody who came to the concert was contributing to that community. On a certain point in that concert, which was a 4-hour show, together with live performances of Emma Hewitt, Christina Novelli, and also Jonathan Mendelsohn, I took the mic and I spoke to over 17,000 people, explaining what we were doing. And that is a moment that I will never forget. And people should always be aware of their environment and aware of each other. And sharing is caring.
Is there anything else like that in terms of charity or any kind of events, or anything that stemmed from that specific event tangibly that you were able to notice?
I was in the fortunate position to, together with the partners of Dash Berlin, give something back to the Mexican community, to the fans who have been supporting me all the way from day one. And they are the great deal of the success of Dash Berlin today, and I realized that. And I'm a positive guy. I think in positivity, and where I can, and where I think it's sustainable in a way, I want to help. So that's why we also decided to support a foundation in Bali, Indonesia, where we support a school of 22 kids, from which the parents are not able to give them proper education. They simply don't have the financial possibilities for it. There are not schools around, so on, so on. You name a reason, probably they will have it. And with Dash Berlin, we started out with 2 to 4 to 8, and now the whole school, supporting a small community of Bali, from where small kids in their future, they have a possibility for a real life, for a real job, and I believe in giving back.
Is there anything playing on these big stages, these big settings? You mentioned speaking in front of 17,000 people at that event. You've undoubtedly played with larger crowds at Ultra. Is there anything that makes you nervous?
No. I'm Jeff Stone Cold. I'm Dash. I'm me, People see me, people see Dash Berlin as the same person, the same guy. And I'm really comfortable in my situation. Usually when it comes to live shows, always something goes wrong. That's part of the game. It's a live show. Stuff can happen, you know, and that's just part of how things go. I think that's actually kind of cool because you always want to go for that perfect gig, the perfect set, but it's not really there, and I kind of know that. But when it comes to nervousness, I always have to, go for a quick bathroom break, quick pee before I go on. Always, it's just like a normal setting. It's part of the routine, so to speak. I always do that, and officials say that's a part of nervousness. But when it comes to shaking or actually feeling nervous in my stomach or anything or whatever, rashes or I don't know, I don't have that.
You mentioned things always going wrong. It seems. What's something that maybe you were like, oh no, I can't believe this is happening, that maybe you had to overcome quickly, and how did you go about it during the set?
What kind of terms do you mean?
Just anything, whether it was technically or whether trouble, getting to the airport, any crazy stories surrounding, something that may have interfered with the performance.
Yeah, well, you have always these moments where your USB is not connecting properly, or the track is not fully loaded, where it stops in the middle of playing and everything is silent. The mother of all mistakes when it comes to DJing, in my perspective, is hitting the wrong button on the wrong CD player. So you're actually stopping the one that's playing. It happened to me. Even happened on Ultra. It's part of the game. It happens, and what you can do is to say, yeah, okay, I'm a human being. I can be stupid. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect, and we go on from there, and the party continues.
I love it. So you got the Delano Pool event coming up Thursday before hitting Ultra main stage again Friday, and heading straight over to 11 for final performance of the weekend.
Yep.
You mentioned the album coming up. Any last things you want to leave fans with? Anything you expect moving forward?
I'm just hoping that the dashes are going to be there in full frontal, front to back, and having a great time. No matter if it's me playing or one of the other great artists on the main stage. I mean, for me it's such a big honor to finally be present on Ultra main stage. I'm gonna give it 100%, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be a great show, and I hope everybody will just enjoy it just as much as I will.